Shalom and welcome to Mitzvah Torah. This year is entitled The Eulogy for Mr. Robert Brown, Zichrono Livracha. We lost a real giant of a man yesterday, Wednesday, Rosh Chodesh, Shvat Tafshin Ayin Chet, 2018. Bob was a member of the Kilat Menard Hamor for almost a decade since making Aliyah, a real pillar of our community. Remember years ago, my children had a game called Bob the Builder, and I think it's an appropriate name for Robert Brown, for Bobby Brown. Bob the Builder. He was a builder as a profession, but when I talk about Bob the Builder, I'm referring to him, yes, as a profession, as a professional builder, and we'll see why that's a great compliment, but as a builder of a neshama, builder of a family, builder in Klal Yisrael, a builder of holy structures, of shuls and yeshivas, a builder in every sense of the word. Bobby started off in Bensonhurst. He was 76 years old, so 76 years ago, born in Bensonhurst, raised in Bensonhurst, minimal background in Judaism. But as time went on, once he married his Ashes Chayil, Liana Brown, she should live and be well. An incredible person, incredible Bat Torah, Tamidah Chachama, and the most inspiring wife, keeping Bobby with the greatest of dignity till the last moment. Once they were married, so as she kept raising her level up to the greatest of spiritual heights, Bobby joined her in an amazing mission. They raised the family with such integrity, emet, derech eretz. Bobby was not a man of many words. Never spoke about his accomplishment, never spoke about what he had and the money. Never. That wasn't his way. He was just an ish emes. Something needed to be done. He did it quietly, unassuming. He helped out with so many projects in the States, so many shuls and yeshivas. Others, he just did it late at night. Didn't take any money for it. And his work was such quality work. Where you talk about Bob the Builder, whether it was his physical work, building houses, with such quality. I was talking to Ari yesterday. He said to people, go ahead and tell him, go ahead and make a deck for me. And Ari should live and be well, who worked with Bobby for many years. They talk over. So what do you think? The deck should look this way, the deck should look that way. And Ari said to Bobby, Abba, we have to ask the people what exactly they want. He said, no. They're relying on us. He had such a shem tov, such a phenomenal name. They knew that once Bobby's going to be doing the work, once Bob the Builder is involved, that's it. You could just go ahead. The balabayit, the father, the mother of the house, could go away for a few days, weeks, come back. It's going to be a perfect job. It's going to last forever. That was reputation when they're working on regular projects, working on yeshivas and shuls and holy projects, often done on his own hours, no charge, just a gift. But the gift never had his name on it. No fanfare involved, just did it quietly. It was an ish emes, doing what's right and what's proper, and that's it. Yashar v'tov. Made Aliyah to Eretz Yisrael and was not well already for years. Parkinsons, he just froze in his way. Getting into the car, getting out of the car, walking back, forth. But it was unbelievable. He did not live right near the shul. He was in Dolev, he lived, and it was quite a few minute walk, even for a person who could walk regularly. All the more so a person with Parkinson's, where the walking is going to be hard and you never know when you're going to freeze up. But he pushed and he pushed and he pushed. And he was coming early to shul. Till not that long ago, setting up the shul. Of course, Friday before Shabbat, the shul's clean, beautifully, and all set up and organized. But Friday night, you have 150 people in the shul. The chairs could be a little bit messy. They're not lined up perfectly by Shabbat morning. Bobby would be there with his faithful wife, Liana, setting up the shul. It was hard for him. He'd hold it with one hand and lean on the chair as he'd set it up, but that's what he would do. Once again, quietly, no one needed to know he was there. We had Shir. We moved Shir to Dolev a few weeks ago, on Monday afternoon Shir, because it was too hard for him to get in the car and then out of the car at the Shamros residence. So we set up Shir for Jackie Burnley on Dolev. So he could just walk from his house, cross the street, and then get into the elevator and come upstairs. And it was so hard for him. He was in the hospital a little over a month. So 5, 6, 7 weeks ago, he was in the Shir Monday. He was participating. It was so hard. Physically, so hard to stay on the chair, so hard to focus. But he was there. He was physically present, psychologically present, and spiritually present. Adding in ideas and insights, reminiscing about how this idea that we're speaking about connects to something that he was involved in 20 years ago, 40 years ago. Some issue he had in his work, some monetary issue, connects to what we're talking about now. If we spoke about something about Yashar and Tov and being honest and ethics and business, right away, that of course got Bobby thinking about that incident or that incident. But not in a way that he's going to talk about it to show, oh yeah, I was so, no, just tell him, oh yeah, that connects to the Shir. And that was Bobby just a few weeks ago. Of course, the last few weeks, tough times in the hospital. And we know for the last few years it was tough times. But he kept pushing and pushing and pushing. And Bobby was building till the end. He leaves an unbelievable wife behind him, which Liana, just so much nechama. Hashem brings consolation. Yotz Hashem should be able to feel the consolation as time goes on. And he built such a beautiful family with Liana, the 3 boys, the grandchildren, the great-grandchildren, the chesed that the family's involved in, the learning that they're involved in, the chain of each one. This all goes back to Bob the Builder. An incredible man, an unbelievable zechut, privilege that we not have, or the whole Ramat Beit Shemesh community had, to have him in our midst all these years, to see what is an Ish Emet, what's an Ish Yashar, and what's Gevura. I'm not only referring to the physical Gevura, his handshake just said it all, his strength and pushing himself to the end, but the spiritual Gevura. That was such an unbelievable quality that he had. May we all learn and be inspired from Bob the Builder. May all the buildings, and I don't just mean the physical buildings, I mean the spiritual buildings that he built, continue to grow and shed light on all of Klal Yisrael. Shalom.